If you hate the look of foundation, this video is for you. I'm going to show you exactly how to apply a skin tint and the rest of your cream products while making your skin look the most natural and having a very beautiful skin-like lived-in base makeup. Let's do it together. So first start by prepping your skin with some moisturizer. Now I'm going to take my tinted primer. Now, when I say tinted primer, it doesn't mean you have to necessarily use a tinted primer. This really is just a water-based sort of very, very light skin tint. So you can use a tinted moisturizer, you can use a tinted sunscreen, anything like that that is very lightweight and a sheer coverage. It's the same thing. If you don't have any of those items that I just listed, go ahead and add a tiny little bit of your foundation to your moisturizer and you'll have the same exact effect. What I'm going to do first is apply my skin tint to this side so you can see kind of how much coverage it gives off. It's very, very little. And you can see how much coverage I got. You can still see my blemishes, but they are a little bit more muted, so I'll be able to cover that definitely with some concealer. And while it looks like I'm putting a lot on, I'm really not. It's not going to be something that's necessarily buildable, so no matter how much you put on, you're still not really going to get that much coverage. And also be aware too that you can put this on with a brush, you can put it on with a sponge like I'm doing, or with your fingertips. Now we're going to move on to concealer. So concealer is going to be that more dense pigment and texture, definitely heavier than a skin tint. And I'm going to try to use probably much less than what I have here on just a little tiny brush and then apply the rest with my fingertips. So to start, I apply concealer here in the corner of my eye and then just down here where I have a little bit of a blue vein. And then I always put a bit of concealer on top of my lid as well. That creates a great eyeshadow base and it helps neutralize that bit of discoloration I have on top of my lid as well. With that little bit of concealer under my eyes, I just take and blend it out with my fingertip. I try to blend as much concealer as I can with my fingertips because it really shears out that very dense color and coverage that a concealer would normally have. I am going to conceal as well a few blemishes, one there, and then I have the two here. This is a very old brush that I'm using, but it has absolutely never failed me. It gives you the most airbrushed looking concealer, and no matter what, it just covers everything. Every time, even with the craziest scars or acne marks that I might have, it just always looks amazing. And if you do have a spot or a scar that's being a bit more stubborn, go ahead and apply small, light layers of concealer and blend them out after each time. That's going to give you a very even sort of base to kind of build up to, and you'll notice over and over again, it'll start to become more and more diminished. So it's just a little easy way to make sure that your skin doesn't look overloaded and it doesn't look like you have concealer just in one spot. You have a very even sort of coverage placed all over your face. Now you can go ahead and add your blush and bronzer on the other side. This is just a very easy technique on how to make your face look like you have natural color without it having like patches of bronzer and blush and kind of looking a bit unnatural, maybe overly sculpted or clown-like. So let me show you how I do that. Still taking my same sponge, or if you're using a brush, just use the same brush, that's perfectly fine. Taking my bronzer and I'm applying it where the sun would naturally hit me, okay? So I have high cheekbones, the sun is gonna hit me here. Have a larger forehead, the sun's definitely going to hit me here. I do that all around the perimeter of my hairline and a bit more into my hairline as well. Then I also take some and place it on top of my eye and through my eyebrow. And what this does is it makes that color look much more natural, especially under my eyeshadow that I'll add later. Because that way it doesn't look like you have all this color everywhere, but the sun never hit you on top of your brow bone, which would be unnatural. That would never happen. And you just continue to blend until it looks and feels like your skin. And if at all possible, try to apply cream or liquid blush and bronzer if you are applying a cream or a liquid skin tint. All of these products are going to blend so seamlessly together, and they're going to look the most natural, and they're really going to be able to be built on top of each other without looking harsh or heavy. And this is your finished skin look. Super natural, really easy to accomplish, and you can't even feel it. It's perfect for somebody who doesn't like to wear foundation or who wants a very natural foundation look, or maybe somebody who lives in a very hot, humid climate and you don't like the feeling of a heavy foundation. I hope that you like this tutorial, and please like and subscribe this video, and thank you so much for watching.